Watch the shoulders. Watch the shoulders.
Welcome back, folks, to 2013-2014, third episode of Droppin Em TV.
And we're dedicating this episode to the dead does.
Some of us have not only one, but we have 2 doe kills from somebody I know. And not only is it one from a tree stand, the other one is a spot and stock. One of the hardest hunts to accomplish, let alone film.
Well, me and a friend of mine are heading up to the state game land, the DMAP area I like to hunt, and on our way out, we just happened to notice some does out in front of us, and he didn't have a doe tag, so I asked him if he'd want to run camera for me. He said sure. So we figured we'd try a spot and stock, and we took off our stands and all our extra gear, and we started heading into these does, and we got within 50 yards, and he steps out and he gets onto the bigger one, and I just come into full draw.
Got him.
And an acorn. All that time of sneaking, stalking, making sure they didn't hear us, and that happens. But we watched them run. They went about 200 yards. We seen that they stopped. So we backed out, circled around, tried to get ahead of the direction they were going to try to get another spot stock on them. And as you'll see, we did get in there. It was 56 yards. I've been practicing all season. I was really confident with the shot, and as you can tell, I closed the deal.
Yeah. Either that tree or a mark. You record it. Yeah. Perfect.
So you guys get burnt by an acorn, the deer take off, you're able to get another stock up on these deer. You close the deal to 56 yards?
56 yards is the closest we could get.
That's a heck of a shot, I'll tell you that. And we got a double lung.
Double lung, lots of practice. I made the shot, looked great, felt great, sounded great, but when the deer took off, it just, she did not look hit. But we went up and I had a clear pass through and blood, and we tracked her for at least 80 yards. I mean, double lung, it just shows that no matter how good of a shot you are, they do travel ways sometimes.
They don't just give up.
Yeah,
and that was a big doe.
Big doe, yeah. She went a long ways.
Yeah, they don't go down quite as easy as the little ones.
Yeah, I had a great day that day. It was hot, but everything worked out good. But needless to say, you got a buck, a bear, and a doe.
Yep, I'm going for my PA Grand Slam. So I wake up early morning, hike up on top, real big hill. Takes me about 15-20 minutes. I'm gassed, out of breath, out of shape. It's early season, not quite used to the up and down just yet. I find myself a real nice tall oak. I get myself up as high as I can go. I got in there perfect time. I had all my scent taken care of. Nothing to do but sit there and wait for the woods to wake up a little bit in the morning, and lo and behold, I look down the hollow, and sure enough, here they were coming, just like clockwork, just like they're supposed to. Early season doe comes in, standing right there, nothing left to do but seal the deal, and I blow it. That's all right, because there's more coming.
Well, if you guys watched the last episode, you know missing is not new to this guy. Not only once, twice.
2 times.
Twice. And then to top it off,
I gotta watch my mouth
like,
a little bit.
Just like a sailor. This is PG here, guys.
I apologize, folks, but frustration comes out in the best of us, and when you want to seal that deal, you want to get that meat on the ground, and I'm not doing it. I'm not getting it done like that, I'll tell you.
I think after the second one, I would have packed up way home.
Well, fortunately enough, there was still some more deer coming in. I don't know why, but they were. They wanted up and over that hill. But another doe comes in, same spot. Bow was shooting a little high, made some infield range adjustments, if you want to call holding low infield range adjustments, that's what I did. And I was able to make a nice double lung shot on her, and she didn't really run, but I think 70 yards herself.
Yeah, I do know after looking at your bow a few times, I always wondered why you carried so many arrows, but I know now.
Yeah, you know. There we go. There we go, man. Yeah. Bow shooting a little high this morning. Strike 1, strike 2, strike 3. She's out. Phil's Great Outdoor Adventures, Droppin Em TV, Lockhaven, Pennsylvania. State game land, does everywhere. I got 3 arrows out there right now. She was 32 yards. And I held 22 yards on her. Either my rangefinder's jacked up, or I bumped my sight. Solid hit on that one. We're gonna find her. I'll just take you straight to the deer. She shouldn't be too far. I pinwheeled her. Ain't got no lungs, they can't breathe. For a colorblind guy like myself who's red-green colorblind, this is always good to see. When I can see it, they're done. Now, you'll see some bubbles in that, very slightly. That means it's lung blood. And that means she's only up here. So for a colorblind guy like myself, seeing blood's not exactly easy. I know in pretty much every episode I've ever shown you guys, I talk and gripe about myself being colorblind, and I was able to see this blood. It was an easy trail, no problems whatsoever, rage in the cage. It was everywhere. Perfect, couldn't complain. I could track it, you could track it. She is done. That's awesome. Well, folks, although this morning wasn't exactly perfect, I did have, sit right down here in the blood, I did have a little bit of mishaps with some swings and some misses, but this old girl ended up walking in. We were able to get her down, and this is the first doe for me for 2014, or 13 and 14 season. I couldn't be happier up here doing it myself. I checked the footage, I did get it on camera, so that's good. It's hard doing, I'm not gonna lie. So, able to get the doe down on the ground. It was a great deal, had a great time. Now, Jason here was able to get out and do a spot and stalk, which you saw earlier, and he was also able to get out up in his tree stand and get another doe down. He lit her up, I guess you'd say, with a Luminoc.
I did. Real proud we picked up Luminoc. It's not only fun to watch, it
makes viewing so much better.
It's great. It makes great TV, and just everything worked out perfect. You couldn't ask for a better shot. When it comes to Luminoc, there's no mistaking of where the arrow is and where the hit was, and it makes great TV, and being self-filmed, just everything worked out great. When I had to release, my arm naturally fell right onto the camera arm, and I was able to catch the doe going away and crossing the creek, and you couldn't ask for a better day. Well, after I made the shot and the doe went across the creek, I got my camera and I took it off the camera arm, and I packed everything up, getting ready to do the recovery, and I no sooner put my camera in the bag and I heard grunting coming from up the creek. And I figured, you know, it's the last day. I got one that's already hit, and I didn't know what to expect. I figured it's gonna be a monster, no camera, not able to shoot it. And I just happened to look, and it was a little guy, but I got to play with him a little bit with Quaker Boy calls, and he came in just like he was on a string, and even he noticed the Luminoc. It was awesome.
Well, he even came right in and smelled where you'd hit the doe, and you could tell by his immediate reaction he didn't like that very much.
There's death. That's death.
Death is in the air.
Spot, but yeah, he come right in. I mean, I hit the Quaker Boy grunt tube, and he come right into my tree and actually circled the tree. And
can't complain about Quaker Boy too much.
No,
not on bringing them in if you want to bring them in.
No, when it comes to their grunt tubes, their bleat cans, and their turkey calls, they got the sound right.
We just got it. She went a long way. She went probably 75 yards. Made a great shot. But this concludes my last doe tag. I'm going to try to get this thing taken care of and dragged out here before it gets any darker. Which makes the job a whole lot easier.